Okay, people, back once again. Uh, we got let's kick things off now with Sunday Night Heat. Now, during this show, we got interruptions from WCW interfering with the broadcast, kind of like they're interrupting the broadcast and showing promos for the Great American Bash, sort of thing, with the announced team of Scott Hudson, Dusty Rhodes. Then we go with the match that is occurring though at Sunday Night Heat. We've got Kwick taking on the one Billy Gunn. Then we have the Great American Bash kicking off with the Cruiserweight Title match. Shane Helms taking on Kwee and Lash LeRoux. Shane, of course, gets the win here. Holds on to the Cruiserweight title. Then we have the WWF Hardcore Title. Raven taking on Rob Van Dam. Raven being the champion at the time. But during the match, Tommy Dreamer comes out, jumps in the ring, DDTs Raven, and Rob Van Dam's able to hit the 5-star frog splash and get the win, and then they dash out through the crowd. Alright, then we go to our tag team match. Perry Saturn and Steven Richards taking on the Mamalukes, Big Vito and Johnny the Bull Stamboli. Perry Saturn and Steven Richards get the win with some sort of new sort of tag team finisher, similar to the total elimination, except instead of a spinning wheel kick at the top, it's actually a super kick from Steven, like that. WCW Tag Team Title, Sean O'Haire and Chuck Palumbo taking on Mark Jindrack and Lance Storm. O'Haire gets the pin after hitting his swanton bomb or whatever it was he called it. Sorry, I'm losing it here. After the match, Lance helps up Mark Jindrack because Jindrack's the one that gets the pin. Helps him up, then wham, super kick right to the face, and he walks to the back afterward. Then we have Tazz taking on Justin Credible. I think you can guess what's going to happen here. Tazz is getting the best of Justin here. Then Lance Storm comes out, distracts the ref, and Justin hits Tazz with Singapore Cane. Justin gets the win, and then we have the reuniting of the Impact players. Okay. Then we got the Cruiserweight Tag Team Title match. Billy Kidman and Rey Mysterio taking on the Young Dragons, Kaz Hayashi and Jimmy Yang. Or Yang. Yeah, Yang. Not Young. I don't know why that's there like that. But the Dragons get the win. You know. Doesn't really matter how, but they get the win. Okay, then the US title, Dustin Rhodes taking on Vampiro. Vampiro gets the win after hitting the nail in the coffin. Okay, Four Corners, WCW World title match, Booker T taking on Jeff Jarrett, Mike Awesome, and Scott Steiner. Scott Steiner gets the win, and he is once again the WCW World Champion. And that is it for the Great American Bash. Let's go on to Raw after that. Okay. We start the show with Rob Van Dam and Dreamer coming out, holding up they come up with the hardcore belt, and Vince also is out there to help celebrate. But the congratulations, and guess what, guys? Guess what? You're going to take on each other later on tonight. So you have Rob Van Dam taking on Tommy Dreamer for the hardcore title later on tonight. So we've got that match booked for. Okay, the WWF Tag Team Titles. Okay, this was also around this time. The Dudley Boys taking on the APA, and the APA win. holding on to the getting the WWF Tag Team Titles. In a Continental title match, Edge with Christian in his corner taking on Albert with X-Pac in his corner. Edge gets the win. Another successful title defense. Then we have the Shoguns, Billy Gunn and the Big Show taking on the Hardy Boys. The Hardy Boys get the win. And now for the much expected hardcore title match, which we would be building up all throughout the night with promos and interviews with both these guys talking about how close of friends they are and their days in ECW. I'd have Rob get the win here. I haven't put that down here, but that's what would happen. Then we go on to a #1 contenders match for the light heavyweight title. Scotty 2 Hotty taking on Spike Dudley and Jerry Lynn as well as Tajiri. I can't believe how ill prepared for this I am. Tajiri would get the win here. Pretty sure that's what happens. Kurt Angle, #1 contender for the WWF title, Kurt Angle taking on Chris Jericho. Now this is for the #1 contendership at SummerSlam. Angle wins. After the match, Jericho loses it, and after the match uses a chair on Kurt Angle, beating the dog snot out of him with it. Then we go into our WWF title match. Once again, it's Stone Cold taking on the Undertaker. Stone Cold gets the win. I'm just putting that in here. Then immediately after the match, we hear the news that The Rock will be returning the next week. Okay. Nitro. Now, this is interesting. DDP comes out and says the question that people keep asking is, who is the real People's Champion, him or The Rock? He says he wants to find out at SummerSlam. Then Eric Bischoff comes out, says it sounds like a great idea to him, but unless The Rock agrees, it won't happen. He can't order a WWF superstar to compete. He can't order a WWF superstar to compete. He then goes on to say, unless The Rock is a coward, he would accept the match. DDP, DDP also makes the guarantee that there will be no interference by any WCW superstar during the match. Alright, WCW Tag Team Titles, Sean O'Haire and Chuck Palumbo taking on Steven Richards and Perry Saturn. Now, an unexpected result here. Richards and Saturn get the win. Okay, Cruiserweight title, Billy Kidman taking on Shane Helms. Billy Kidman gets the win. #1 contendership for the Cruiserweight Tag Team Titles, Kai and Tai, Taka Michinoku and Funaki taking on Lash, LeRoux and Chavo Guerrero. Kai and Tai get the win. Tag team match, Vampiro and Shane Douglas taking on Dustin Rhodes and Haku. Let's say Shane Douglas gets the pin here. Just putting that in. How unprepared for this was I? Alright. Then we move on to our semi-main event. Impact Players, the new United Impact Players take on the Mamalukes. The Impact Players get the win here. Before I do the next video, I will check all my things here. Booker T taking on Jeff Jarrett in the main event. Booker gets the win, I guess. Alright. That's it, guys. Sorry how unprepared I am, and sorry, for how quickly I ran through this. Not a lot of explanations to how wins come about, but, again, I will try and get another video up soon. Uh, I've got a lot of fantasy booking I want to do and stuff, so stay tuned for that. There is the main event Mafia angle rebooked. Uh, that is almost finished, actually, guys. With that, though, there's not going to be any impacts after. It's just going to be me introducing each video with a general idea of what storylines are happening at the time. Okay. Similar to rebooking WWF in 1995, but I'll give you my opinions on that later on. I got that idea from someone else that did that, but in a much different way than I do. Let's see, what else is there? There's also WCW 2000. Interestingly enough, that one might not be for a while though. That one I will do the nitros after, uh, giving you an idea of where I'm going each time with that. Okay, though, thanks for listening. Bye.